Good morning. Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild. For some reason, my screen isn't showing the actual broadcast. There it is. Okay. I guess YouTube's changing the way they're doing that again. Check in. Let me know where you're watching from. And we're going to be building the Axial SCX10 PRO today. I picked this up from one of my local shops because they are in short supply already. I think this proved to be a fairly interesting release for Axial. One that was not expected by a lot of people. This is certainly a departure for Axial, but in a lot of ways, in my opinion, it's taking Axial back to their roots, if you will. Axial used to hang out at all the rock crawling comps with their AX10s. And then afterwards, after those hardcore robot comps, they'd get out the scale trucks and have a lot more fun with those. So this is sort of melding both of those together into one. And here it is. It's the new kit. There's a lot of differences between this kit and a lot of other kits. First of all, it's a very tiny box, as you can see. It's packed with goodies, that's for sure. One of the other things, no body, no wheels, no tires. This is very much just a comp spec kit. Flat rail chassis, a first for Axial as well. Technically, I guess the TVPs from the AX series, that sort of counts as flat rail, I guess, but you know. Lots of comments already. Missouri. It's a cold day before I'll recognize Missouri. Minnesota, Iowa, PR. That's Puerto Rico. Welcome. Detroit, Michigan. That's not too far from me. It's like a 4-hour drive. Arizona, missed you at USTE. Yes, sorry I couldn't make it this year. I do plan at some point to go back to USTE. It's certainly a great event, and they're doing a good job down there. It's just hard for me to get there this time of year. I'm pretty busy with work, and also it's super expensive to fly down to Florida during the spring break time. Lots of check-ins. Oh, that's great. Welcome, everyone. We're definitely going to, double logo. Scale Builders Guild logo, and then Scale Builders Guild logo. Lots of logos. All right. Okay, let's crack into it. Let's get started. No time to waste, and no time like the present. All right. This is the first time I'm opening it, so your reactions will probably be the same as mine. Which is good to see. Servo arm hardware. Don't know what that's for. We'll get into that. Nicely packaged, well-labeled bags. They do include a ton of body posts, as you can see there, for all your body mounting needs. I'm definitely going to have a couple of bodies for this, I think. Don't see any Vanquish parts in that box. Thumbs down. Well, I don't think you would. There's no reason to have Vanquish parts in here. I did order all the hop-ups that are available. Those haven't come in yet. Here's something interesting. They include all the body stickers, but not the body. And you know why that is, right? Because Sorca went and changed their rules after this truck came out, or during the process of this truck coming out. So the body that they were going to have, that I did order that one, that body won't be Sorca legal. It's just sort of how it goes. Troll move, Axial. All right, there's bag A, so we're going to crack this one open. I believe it starts with the transmission. We're going to find out together. Many precautions. Motor. They show a Spectrum. They show a Spectrum 2-in-1 as the preferred motor here. Those are only 3S rated though, so we're gonna do something else, I think. Oh, no, you start with the axles. Okay. Fine. How am I supposed to know? My first one. Okay, let's crack open some bags and get started here. Now, you can see the instructions there. I tried to make this as sort of easy for everyone to see. Matt, you released the sled video yet? I presume you mean ski ride? No, not yet. Funny story, I took it out to do precisely that, and I forgot to thread lock my pinion. So, while it looked good in the very short little portion of video that I got, I didn't get enough. And it was a long walk back to the car and then back to the house. So I'll probably go out later this afternoon and film. All right. What are we doing first? We're doing lockers first. Ooh. Nice juicy bag. Nice juicy bag filled with well lubricated parts. I'm going to put out some blue paper towel so we don't get that messed up. I'm on bag E of Trucks of Fortune, Phoenix Portal Edition. Right on. Excellent. Enjoy that build. Blah. So goopy. I'm going to be washing my hands a lot. All right. We've got our Cow RC magnetic mat there so we can lay out all of our hardware, not have it disappear on us. These do come in very handy. I went a long time without them, but definitely recommend it. You can reduce glare on overhead cam. There's glare? I don't see any glare. Looks pretty non-glary. Oh, well, maybe right there. Yeah, I can do that. There. How's that? Hi, Ryan. You haven't missed anything. I'm quite literally just getting started here. All right. Oh, they do want thread lock already. Hey, look, this is you're gonna find this really interesting. The thread lock thing they include and grease. Tell me those don't look really familiar. If you've ever built a Vanquish kit, you'll note these are exactly the same, although this one says Horizon. That would lead me to believe same factory. All right, lockers. Now, I presume there is underdrive in the transmission. Right? The font on the parts bag is the same too. Yes, that's right. RC Nerd. Very appropriate name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. We're just getting right into it. We're building trucks today. Well, you know what? I think you can still call this a truck. It's not technically a robot. It's close. But it's not quite. It still will look like more like a truck than most of like the like current crop of comp vehicles. All right, yeah, thread lock, right. Need to trim the end off of that. I keep saying every time I start a new video, I'm like, you know what? I should probably get a new mat for like the bottom thing because I've heated it up so many times it's gotten completely ruined. Why is this not? Here, we'll take that off. No, that won't help. There we go. Get some flow going. Are you going SOA? Servo on axle? Negative. I will be running chassis mounted servo because I need those points, baby. Gotta get the points. Now, many people would probably say don't use your Dewalt here, but we're going to turn the torque way down. 3. Get it lined up, dummy. What are you, new? Yes. Don't want to over torque these because you can break them pretty easily. Heard a rumor Jeep went after TWS for the CJ5 body. Dana, that would not surprise me. They've been on a tear lately. They got the Michigan done, so... I mean, that's my presumption. I don't know for sure, but I imagine that Jeep was kind of not pleased about that. Okay, we're going to be doing this twice, as one might expect. Hopefully everybody's having a very nice weekend. Weather here, not too shabby. After the 8 to 10 inches of snow we got, really settled down. It's not as cold, which is nice. 2, 3, 4, 5. Already, oh, there it is. I was going to say, already missing a screw, but we're not. The long tubes, one of the 3 is different. Yes, that is correct. While I have not built one yet, I have been paying attention to others who have. I noted that Josh mentioned that a number of times. How come you go for liquid thread lock? Well, because I'm using what was in the kit. I do also have a really nice thread lock by Loctite stick. It's almost like a glue stick, but it's Loctite. I'm just using what was included because that way I know for sure it was what was intended in terms of the locking ability. What bits am I using in my driver? These are the Traxxas bits. Which have not failed me in the duration that I've been using them, which is 4 years, 5 years, which is good. Very good. They're excellent tips. I've had others wear out on me very quickly, so I'm pretty impressed with the quality of these ones. I have not yet had all of my coffee, so bear with me if I make mistakes. I'll call them out real quick so I can fix them. And yes, I did want to kind of do a stream earlier in the day, so I have the rest of my day because I gotta get a workout in. I also wanted to get it early so I could satisfy my European and other non-North American fans. So welcome and thank you for joining in and watching. All right. Yes, all the manual stuff still has proper sized diagrams, so all of your you can just match up a bearing to the picture and it's the same, which is good. Dave Zilla, hello. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for getting this to me so very quickly. It's very much appreciated. I was like, I could go drive down there and get it, but I don't want to. Ship it to me. Now, when you guys open your bags, You're building a kit. What do you do with the bags? I'm currently tossing them on the floor because I don't care. All right. Now, we are building what appears to be different axle housings because they are different, as you can see. They look the same. One has a upper link mount. The other one does not. So I'm guessing this one is probably the front. We'll find out in a moment or two. Nice big fat, what is this, a 5x14? 5x14 by 5. Super nice one on the output shaft. What you want. So that drops in there. And this obviously drops in there. And they have the black grease. What grease am I going to use? I'll use the kit grease. And if I don't like it, I'll use other grease later on. But I like this black grease. This is the same grease that comes in the Vanquish kits, I think. Or do they put their own grease in? I can't remember now. I don't overpack these. A lot of people like to just load them up. I'm not that guy. Just enough to get it going. You want to zoom in a little bit? Sure. There we go. Just enough to keep it lubed. When do you think they'll drop a Portal version? Well, I don't think they have to change much on these in order to do a Portal version. So, I think it's just like, don't they just have to change out, like the C's? Nice snap fit there on that piece. That's good. You drop the bags on the floor, I drop the screws. All right, them 2.5 by 18s. I need 4 of those. So far, manual, not letting us down, which is good. Because that would be embarrassing if it was already screwing things up on step 2. We'll need a bit more torque there. A bit more torque there. What wheels and tires am I going to use? Undecided at this point. Got a long way to go before we get to that decision. In terms of body, I'm probably going to run, because I bought the I pre-ordered the Lexan body that Axial's offering. That'll be like my test body. And then for competition, I'm probably going to build something out of styrene or modify an existing hard body. Love that squeal. It's a little tight. Those helical cut ears. I like to back these off just a touch. Just to give that some room to move around a bit. There we go. And bearing on the outside. Perfect. Spinning nice and smooth. Okay, let's move on to step 3, which is building an axle. Still. No need to pack grease, just a film coat of it. Exactly, Drew, exactly. Craig, hi. Rich said the Portal would be an upgrade option to change out on this kit. So there you go. They're not going to do, that sounds smart to me, not do a whole other kit. Just offer Portal housings. Don, I love this Dewalt more than anything. It's my favorite tool in the bin. I use it all the time. Okay, now here's where things can get a bit tricky. Don't screw it up. I'm talking to myself on this one. For this specific housing, we need to make sure we choose the proper length tube. And there are 3 in the kit. One of them is shorter, I think. Or one of them is longer. One of them's longer. But I bet you it's the 72.27 millimeter one, which is not that one. It's this one. So this one's going to be longer too. Oh, wait. Yep, those two are longer. Okay, perfect. Great. So it's this tube. And this tube. Boy, these are so goopy. All right. Okie dokie. First things first, we've got our housing here. And we can plop this in here. And it is keyed, as you can see. It's keyed on the ends. See that? Just checking in. You're not done yet? No! I'm not done yet. Nice firm fit there. Yep. That's never coming out. Good. Looking good. And we'll need a grub screw. I think we can probably get that in a little bit more. How far in are we? We're on A3. We literally just started. Yes, there we go. I knew it could go in a little further. Excellent. Okay. Cool, cool. Now we can go with part number 3. These are all labeled. Oh, that's fantastic. See that? Number 3. So you cannot screw it up. Fantastic. I love it. Then that slides over this piece thusly. And then this goes in here, keys in. Can only go one way. Then that's all put together nicely. It's a good looking axle. I like the metal housings on the sides there. That's cool. Same factory as Vanquish. Yes, I do believe it is. I wonder if they ever go, like if they by mistake are like, hey, we've got your new parts done. And they show something to somebody that they shouldn't have. That would be hilarious. Which do you think you'll prefer, VS410 or the Axial for crawling? Well, for the, okay, so this question's come up a number of times already, and I haven't even this is the second time ever I'm seeing this vehicle, because Wyatt was driving a prototype at Nationals, and that's where I first saw that one. But this is the second time ever I'm seeing this truck. What I can tell you right away is that because this is way more specific to comp or competition style trucks. It's got an angled skid, it's got flat rail chassis. It's very much driven by performance first. Whereas the Axial truck, whereas the Vanquish truck is still more of a traditional like ladder frame C-channel rail truck. It's got some really great features, and it is a spectacular scaled truck on which to build a great platform, but it's not comp first. This is comp first. Like, it's not supposed to be a scale truck. So I don't think you could really, I don't think you should compare those two. I think they're too different in my mind. And that's my opinion. We're going to put this in here. This here. Can you make a live stream where you build something out of styrene? I've done that. I've done some styrene building technique videos. You should definitely go back and look for those, because they are very useful. So far, I do very much think this is a pretty good quality construction. Looks pretty good. Okay, I think that's all the screws required. Yep. Okay, so that's our front axle and hard. Oh, actually, no. This is, yeah, we did the chassis mounted servo option, which is great. That's what A3 is. A3 has two different steps, which you can't see because I'm in the way, but there's A3 CMS, which I did, few, and then there's A3 AMS, which is the axle mounted servo, which we are not doing for this one. We are doing chassis mounted. So we can skip the AMS ones. Let's move on to step A4. Steering knuckle bits. Right. Thomas Bialzik, thank you very much. Nothing I love more than waking up on a sunny Sunday, rolling over and seeing Matt's face on TV. That's a good one. Thank you, Thomas. Much appreciated. It's nothing I like more than waking up to all of you looking at my face. Where can I get your hat? It's from a tattoo company called Indestructible, and they have a website, so you can go check that out. Do you use the same Dewalt tool for 1/24? No, when I'm doing 1/24 stuff, I do it all by hand. Because if you don't, it's a great way to destroy things. Okay, getting into some steering bits. Nice, good size bearings on the inside there. Hopefully that fits. I always find that these larger bearings are the hardest ones to get in. Oh, that snapped in pretty nicely. Okay, good. And where are my... Okay, we've got the right side here. Need a C-hub. Need the right side one. Man, so this is like such a huge change from Axial of the past, where they label all the bits. Love that. I absolutely love that. They've come a long way. This is a much more better, different kit. Yeah, I think this has been a long time coming. I know that, like, I'm happy to see Axial having a new, like, fully new product. That isn't something they had before, that it wasn't like a rehash. They actually did something new. Well, it isn't like, it's not new to the industry. There's been tons of flat rail chassis and comp-specific chassis out there. But from a major manufacturer, this is something definitely new, which is really cool to see. All right. The left side has a shorter. I'm Skinny Rich, thank you very much. When printing a cage, what support setup would you use? 3 failed prints so far. Oh, darn, that's not good. Well, here's Josh's cage. Isn't it so random that I had this sitting right here? Here's Josh's cage that I printed on the Prusa with supports on build plate only with a 0.2 separation. And that's it. I didn't really change any other settings. It prints a lot more like material because it does print like a huge support structure so this can be this smooth. But I found it worked pretty darn well, as you can see. Almost looks like Shapeways. Almost. But that's what I would do. 0.2 to separate from the bed. And if you're having, if it's parts coming off the bed that you're having problems with, depending on your printer and your print bed surface, look at using like a glue stick, like just a typical everyday glue stick. It works very well for helping adhere that PLA to the build plate. So there you go. That helps. How much does the kit cost? Somebody help me out. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Is the Vanquish Phoenix not considered a competition level truck? To be totally frank, I don't think so, no. I mean, you can comp with it. Nobody says, like, don't listen to anybody that says you can't do something. You can do whatever you want. But keep in mind, some things are going to be more suited to like the Phoenix. If you locked out dig and you locked out the adjustable overdrive, then I would definitely use it in Class 1. I think it's perfectly suited to Class 1. Class 2, I think you're going to find it's not going to be as competitive as some of the other trucks out there, because most people in Class 2 are taking this pretty seriously, and they're going to use something similar to either this style kit, or they're going to use something that is purpose-built. It's just, that's the nature of how competition goes. It depends, of course, on the level of competition you're looking to get into as well. So, you know, there's that to keep in mind too. If it's just among friends and you're just having a fun time, then you probably don't need to go this high end. Another cool thing about this kit, this is the caster. It's like a 20-degree caster built into the tubes. So if I can explain that better, when the tube is straight, you can see that your steering angle is much more rotated forward, which means you're going to get a much greater turn, not angle, but it's going to have like a harder bite on the tire because it's pushed so much more forward. It's pretty substantial a difference, and it helps a lot. What coffee am I drinking? It's some Stockholm blend because I drive a Volvo now. So I was like, I got to live that Volvo lifestyle. And in fact, it's in my new Volvo mug. How very Scandinavian of me. Twisted Liquid RC Boats, thank you very much for checking in. Great to get a live stream in a cold winter Sunday. Hope all is good. Take care and stay safe. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm really liking this axle construction. This is pretty solid, and the fit and finish is really, really good so far too. I'm impressed. Oh, put a bearing in there, dummy. Travis, you've been banned from Instagram? What did you do? You silly goose. Get there. Sometimes you just need to find that right angle. Does Volvo make an El Camino style car, or was I hallucinating? Tommy, you may have been hallucinating. I've never seen that before. Maybe you were thinking of the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Cruz. Maybe it's the Santa Cruz that you saw. What has gone on here? Oh, I put that on upside down. That's why. Oopsie. Like, why isn't that going? Brandon popping in on your lunch break, huh? No snow here in Toronto today. I presume we'll probably get some more. I heard tell that there was going to be another 5 centimeters or so. But no sign of it yet. I was like, why isn't this working? Just slide right in. Yep. Oh, although, what's going on here? Doesn't want to... Lost the bearing again. That's really strange. Did I put the wrong... No. It's the children who are wrong. Just won't slide in that last 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters. Do you have a Volvo RC car? No, I do not. Do Canadian weather people measure snow in squares? Yeah, we're getting about 6 or so squares today. No, that's not a thing. See any reason why this shouldn't be working. Slide the bearing all the way down the axle shaft, then assemble to the tube. I'll give it a go. Oh, that's probably it exactly. Uh-huh. That's why you're here. Nope. So no Volvo RC car yet. Well, I've built a number of Volvo C303s in my day. That's not working. It the other way. You know what? I'm going to try without the bearing first. I think it's just catching. I think it might just be slightly out of phase. Maybe the set screw's in too deep? That could be. That could be. Blind Guy RC, thank you very much. Hey man, after Josh and yourself, I'm not going to need the instruction book. I'll still use it. I'll be going for CMS on mine. Yes, CMS for the win. That could have been it right there. We shall see. Are there any modifications you can foresee this kit needing that you would recommend? Well, I haven't finished building it yet. So let me do that first. That was it exactly. Thank you, Internet people. Thanks, chat. That was really helpful. Buy yourself something nice with your money. Excellent. Vindication. CMS or SOA? Debate. Oy. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippos instead. All right, so there we go. That's looking fantastic. Very, very chuffed. That's a lot. That's a lot of possible steering angle. Holy cow. Hemi Storm. Hello, Chris. How are you? Excellent lasers, man. Your laser stuff is cool as. Okay, we skip the AMS. Now we're on to the rear axle. Exceptional. Good job. Good job, me. All right. This is all very familiar. It's only 11:40 and we've got an axle done. God, that doesn't sound good. Oh, don't get it twisted. We're doing it upside down this time. Laser's awesome. I'm browsing Facebook Marketplace for a shark now. You want a shark with a freaking laser beam on its head? Is that too much to ask? Just want a shark with a freaking laser beam. You should be able to find one on Facebook. They're out there. Have you ever run a 3-link and pan hard in a rear steer? No. I think I've done 4-link servo on Axial. That's all I've done. Prefer ill-tempered sea bass. So many great quotes from that movie. There we go. Okay, feeling pretty good. Next step. Now, setting up a rear steer on this would be pretty easy. You just need to buy a whole other front axle assembly. Or would you? Maybe you could just do... Yeah, you would. All right. So this, one of these, some of these guys. You need 2 goes on the left side. 1 goes on the right. These are keyed again, which is perfect. Hemi-Storm, Horizon stole your truck. Chris, if you guys have not seen it, Chris did an exceptional job creating the pull array, which fooled me, fooled Josh, fooled a bunch of people at Horizon, no less, about, or like, as like a conversion, or like he was actually promoting it as a truck that you could buy. And then, of course, Lozy came out with the Razor Ray. So it's pretty funny that happened. Maybe not funny for Horizon, but certainly funny for us. But yeah, you should definitely check out that whole series, because what Chris did, I kind of almost think looks better than what Lozy came up with. And I don't mean any disrespect, but Chris's parts bin truck looks pretty darn good. We actually had Brian Nunez from Lozy on the live stream on Wednesday, too. Oops. Don't forget the grub screws. Oh, a comparison coming up this week. Excellent. Yeah, that's right, because you've got the real one. I mean, not that yours isn't real. I mean, got the licensed one. How about that? You did a really great job on that, Chris. Really great. Wanting to run a four-wheel steer on my Vanquish Ground Fox LCG build and trying to decide what axle combo to run. I would go with F9s probably. That'd be my choice. What's the difference between styrene and ABS? Nothing. They are the same. Okay, think we've got that done. Flip it this way. Bearings go on the outside now. Polystyrene is not ABS. Maybe. Maybe not. I can't confirm nor deny. Why did they give you an extra one? Oh, that must be for AMS. I love that there is some German-speaking chat helping each other. It's so nice. Really great to see that. What a nice community we've got here. I really appreciate everybody for checking in and watching this go down. What's on the bench this week? We'll probably end up featuring this a little bit, and probably also Hard Body Crawler Company, because I've got that truck all done as well. I spent some nice time last night painting and weathering that body, so I'm really excited to show that off on Wednesday. No, Thursday. Thursday's that show. The right tube looks longer. Nope, they're the same. They're the same. Oh, good. Now we get to build shocks. You speak German, Matt? How do you know they're not poking fun at your tiny hands? I don't speak a lot of German. I took it in school. Conversationally, I could probably get by just fine. All right, cool. There we go. Nice, smooth. You build pretty quick. Let's see how the shocks go. Oh, yeah, I know. It's going to slow right down. Anyway, there is the finished rear shock, or axle. That looks really good. It's really good. There's a bit of, there's a bit of flex. Just at the tubes. I'm sure that's just my shoddy construction. But, or it's built in on purpose. You forgot the spring. What? Oh, in the box? Let's see, an error occurred. You forgot the spring on your shock, yes. Oh, Chris. I think we're good. I think that's good. Just refreshing my YouTube page. It looks like it broke. Everything's still running, though. We're good. What's the overall footprint of the Prusa? What extra print sheet would you recommend? I can't tell you exactly the footprint, because that would require me getting up and moving, and I'm sort of in the middle of this build. But I would suggest getting the smooth and textured plate. I think both of those are mega important. All right, bag B. Here we go. Shocks. Second only to my hatred for links. Now to put all that Axial goodness on a G-made Buffalo. Yes, exactly. There's shocks right there, Chris. So don't go telling me there's no shocks. I know a shock when I see one. I do also have some Losi mini T-springs, which I will be using at some point once I tune these proper. That's actually chained to his chair. Rich is forcing him to build this and tell us it's a heck of a deal. Hey, if I don't like something, you'll be the first to know. Trust me. But so far, there's nothing not to like. I'm a tiny bit concerned about the way the axle housing, the way the tubes connect to the actual pumpkin. But we'll see if that becomes an issue over time. It's tough, right? When you want to do a metal tube, but you don't want to do a metal housing, all of a sudden you've got this like conundrum. You're like, how do we connect this to that without like adding a ton of extra weight and material and cost? So there's definitely some challenges there. All right. Build 4 of these right now. Okay. Already dreading it. Are we finishing this 4-wheel steer beast today? We're finishing this beast today, but it won't be 4-wheel steer. Not yet, anyway. Might as well separate a bunch of these pieces now. We're going to need them. They supply 35 weight oil. And you know what? Preventative maintenance. Got to get some green slime going in there too. Just in case. They say these don't leak. I say, forget you, Charlie. I'll make sure you don't leak by applying a liberal amount of green slime. It's the slimiest. Nice aluminum housings. Okay. A little bit more around the edges. You never be too careful. When is the speedrun series for this thing? Now that would be an interesting series. I would watch that. Okay. Now what's the deal with shock building? And where's the focus? That's interesting. Look at that. So that's so you can put shock on there. Nice. That's pretty cool. Okay. Neat. Nice long shock shaft. Hey, Eclipse. If only I had E-clip tool, but I don't. Still don't have one. I prefer the ProTech O-ring grease. Well, I'm pretty sure it's all the same stuff. With the shocks that you just used that move where you throw them at the bench and they automatically appear built. Oh, you see it on YouTube all the time, do you? I got bad news for you. These are the smallest Eclipse I've ever seen. That's not true. I've seen smaller. Mike J, thank you for your Wikipedia. They may all be different in terms of the composition, but they handle very much the same way in our hobby and are bonded together with the very same glue. Ah, yes. The other one's easier to put on because you can just lay it on top of the thingy. Mama says E-clips on a double. You can just lay it on top there and then just ever so gently clip it on there. Yes. I might as well get through all the E-clips right now so I don't have to deal with them one at a time. Really, really do detest this part. Because you just never know when one can just go, pew. And I bet you they don't include any extras. Impressive. Can E-clip and chat. Well, I'm a top-rated amateur. Brett. Britt. Now, did that one go on all the way? Doesn't feel like it did. Uh-huh. And the other problem with these magnet mats, getting these E-clips to come off. Have much in the way of fingernails. Wyatt, hey buddy, I did include extra E-clips for you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I mentioned you earlier in this stream how you gave me a little sneak preview on this project when you were still prototyping stuff at Nationals. How fun was that? He's like, you can drive it if you want. I was like, oh no, you don't want me doing that. I was like, didn't you see me driving in the comp? He's like, no, I was too busy coming in an actual good... It's okay, I saw it. I saw where it went. You lick your finger. I'm not putting my finger in my mouth after putting this stuff together. Yuck. You're sick. You think that. Walk away and have dinner. That would be nice too. Okay. Sometimes it just doesn't look like it's on there, but it is. This is the riveting part of the stream where I know viewership goes way up. Man puts E-clips on shock shaft. Don't go anywhere. Remember the gaskets? Yes. Don't lick the gaskets. The Canadian gaskets. Success. There are extras. Thank you, Wyatt. He goes, you know what? Matt's going to lose one for sure. Put 2 extras. Not needed. Not needed. Okay. We've got one shock partially assembled. They do want you to remove that cap because you'll need to. They do look like they're going to be a lot less leak prone, if I'm honest. Zip. And then shock pliers, please. Loctite tastes bad, FYI. I'm using ProTech shock pliers. Only the finest for my builds. And when you want to put on rod ends quick, I recommend the Servo tool. It's Servo tool. That's an actual man's last name. A very nice man, whom I haven't seen in such a long time. The Rod Stewart. Well, that's the name of the tool. All right. Now, oil. I'm not going to use the kit oil. I'm going to be blasphemous and use Traxxas oil. I'm going to put 50 weight in. 50 years old. Because when you comp, you don't use the kit oil. Make sure to get all your bubbles out. And don't overfill it, because you don't want hydrolock. 50 weight, isn't that a bit heavy? Heck no. Not for me, it isn't. It's just right. Now, what order do these go in? This, and didn't I pull one of those off already? Guess I didn't. What's the best scale crawler chassis? I can't answer questions like that because it's such a personal preference. And there's so many choices too. That's right? Okay. Seem right. Won't it leak on purpose? Yeah, because I'm putting Traxxas oil in an axial shock. Pretty smooth. I like. And then you put this on here. Plop this guy on. Which way do they want that to go? Oh, that looks like a tight fit. Whoa. How the heck is that supposed to go on there? Yeah, quite easily. Never mind. And there you go. That 50 weight feels pretty good. Excellent. All right. One down, 3 more to go. But now that we know the process, it's going to be pretty easy. Nice air pocket in there. Better than hydro-locking it. Armchair shock guy. This make a good scale trail truck? No. This truck is geared really towards high-end performance, competition crawling. If you want a trail truck, Axial's got a ton of options, and so does everybody else. But I would not use this primarily as a trail truck, especially with the extreme overdrive option as well. Oh, I forgot to put that in. I can do that later. Okay, where am I at here? Sounds like too much air in that shock. I will investigate. If there is, I'll fix it. I do like how this this goes on the end here. That's pretty trick. Wonder if Vanquish will have a comp version of the VS410. Yeah, anything's possible. I mean, if this proves to be a popular kit, which I think it is, I'm sure other companies will follow suit and start making comp chassis style trucks for their lineups. It would make sense. Okay, let's see if we can get no air in this one. How do you mount your scale bodies to the chassis? Well, probably through a custom method, which I have not gotten to yet. This has to go second. It's going to need shock therapy after this stream. This is actually going pretty well. For shocks, these are not that difficult. Still air in that one too. Servo tool for the win. Yep, 100%. There we go. Excellent. What's the worst part of building? Either shocks or links. I think both equally have their merit for being the worst. Can't hear anything on that one. That one's perfect. I'll fix this right now. Is it bad to say this hurts my eyes? What part of it? What part hurts your eyes? Silent and deadly. I'm an expert shock builder. All of it. I don't understand why this hurts your eyes. Is that like being sarcastic? Just kidding, but I do build different. Okay. That's great. Everyone's allowed to do that. I don't think there's any like right way or wrong way to build a kit, but to each their own. I wore that hat for... Indeed I did. Can't please them all. Hey, you were able to get one at your local hobby stop or a hobby shop. Well done, Sunrise RC. That's great news. I also was able to do exactly the same thing. I think I missed a super chat. Oh, shoot, I did. Hey, RC Underdog, thank you very much. Hey, would you look at that? You're building a truck, and I'm also building a truck. We are also building trucks together. Fantastic. Oh, I did this backwards. I should have put on the rod end first. Oh, well. That's okay. Sit there for a second. Some other parts ready to go here. Just point to the hat, Matt. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got different ways of doing things, and as long as it works for you, that's great. That's all that matters. We're all having the same fun. Oil in this one. That's okay, I can suck it back out. When are we going to see the snowmobile in action? Soon. I might actually go film it immediately following this stream. I did try to take it out earlier, but you may have missed it earlier in the stream. I forgot to Loctite my pinion, so I got about 5 feet, and it looked awesome. I was really super excited, and then it just kind of went zzz. I was like, ah, nuts. Fat Jesus, doesn't matter what road you take as long as you get to the same destination. Precisely. I don't know what I could have been doing that was so wrong, though. Other than following the directions. It's all right. It's fine. That one's got a bit of air in it, so we'll fix that. High price. How about some availability on this kit? By the time April gets around, they'll be back ordered till June. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's proving to be rather popular. I won't lie. Good for Axial, in my opinion. They definitely saw a gap in the market and filled it. Good for them. All right. Excellent. Okay, one more to go, and then we're on to the transmission. Which I'm pretty excited to see how that all is going to work. Selectable overdrive, similar to what Vanquish did in the V-Twin, or VFD Twin, I mean. Yeah, it's gonna be good. You summarize the kit for someone who doesn't know anything about it. This is a competition-style flat rail chassis crawler. It's got things that make it specific to Class 2 or Class 3. You cannot use this chassis in Class 1 because it has an angled skid, and that's not allowed. It is really meant for competition rock crawling. That's sort of its general purpose. It's using new axles, new transmission with a selectable overdrive, which can also be locked out, so you can use it in Class 2. yeah, that's about it. But definitely a new kit, leaning in towards what a lot of smaller manufacturers have been doing in sort of the competition area for some time. How extreme is the extreme overdrive? I think it's like 46%. I don't quite remember. I haven't taken a close look at the box. Chuck's RC Habit, thank you very much. Afternoon, Matt. I'm late to the build party. Is this for the Rockies? Thank you for sharing. Your content rocks. Thank you very much for watching. Yes, this is going to be for the Road to the Rockies. In what sort of fashion yet, I'm not sure. I've got a couple of ideas on how I want to see this kind of play out. I feel like it's going to be Class 2, and then I'm going to use the Artful Dodgers chassis for Class 3 with some pretty big modifications to make it a little more Class 3 friendly. But yeah, that's about the size of it. I'll be doing some sort of custom styrene body for this one. Why are they not having nationals this year? Great question. I have no idea. I'm not a part of that discussion. I presume it's just because they couldn't get anybody to commit to organizing it, because it's kind of a lot of work, and I'm sure that they just didn't get it sorted out in time, because you kind of have to have that planned out in advance to give people enough time to prepare, and it just sounds to me like they just didn't quite get there. Troy, I'm using 50 weight oil right now just for sort of first time setup. See, that one, I hydrolocked it. Did they officially say no gnats? No, they didn't officially say it, but I'm saying it. I just don't think it's going to happen. What motor setup? I'm not totally sold on this idea, and it's only I've really only done this. I've made this decision today because it's what I had on hand. But I'm going to try a Furatech Lizard 10 and one of their in-runner motors. There we go. What I like about this this shock collar at the bottom is that it does integrate a stop as well. Like, you could trim that back if you wanted to get yourself a bit more travel. But I like it. It's good. Okay. Shocks built. Let's get these in here. That said it. He's kind of a big deal, you know. What? What am I? What did I do? What did I say now, Travis? Better use the Spectrum 2-in-1 like the manual says. I was gonna use one. I just all I have on hand is the 1400 kV, and that's not enough kVs for me. Plus, you can't run any of the 2-in-1s from Spectrum on 4S. and I kind of like to have a little bit of 4S power, baby, if needed. So the Furatech system that I have here happens to allow for it. I'll probably test with that and then decide whether or not it's the right thing for me later on. Ultimately, there's a lot of great combos out there. I might even try one of those new, what's the other 2-in-1? The Hobby Wing one. All right, shock's done. Let's build a transmission. But first, a stretch. The budget one or the big boy? I guess the big boy. Hey Eddie, thanks for these live videos. You're awesome. What are the main differences between this and the regular version? Is it worth it for someone like me that doesn't do competition? I would say if you're not looking to comp with it, it's probably not worth the investment. This really is like, it's a comp truck. So if you're not comping, I probably wouldn't start there. Bag C. What are the pliers you're using on the shocks? These are ProTech RC shock pliers. You can get them at A-Main. How's the planning for the new workshop coming along? I keep changing my mind on things. Good looking skid. Currently, what I'm looking at now is a more DIY approach. Originally, I was looking at doing it with like a contractor and just having it all kind of built for me. But now I'm looking at some really cool DIY options, mostly because they're a little bit more affordable. And they give me the option of doing it myself or partially doing it myself with the help of a friend. And that really appeals to me because I'd like to be able to say, I assembled this anyway. Oh, good. More Eclipse. Yeah, so there's a couple of sort of like half DIY, half prefab construction solutions that I'm looking at. And it's really just about managing the space that I have available to me because there isn't much back there, if I'm honest. So I really have to be very kind of cognizant of the amount of space I need versus how much I can actually afford to kind of use up back there. I live downtown, and there's not a lot of space in my backyard. In fact, there's no yard. It's just a dirt. What are these friends you speak of? I know. My best friend from high school lives across the street. Believe it or not. Okay. Let's build a transmission, huh? So far, I've done it all right. E-clip me, baby. I put them on the magnet thing again. Why am I so stupid? Is he still your... He's still your friend? Yes, my friend from high school. Guys, if you could keep it civil in the chat, that'd be super great. We don't need to be all like that. Please and thank you. Eclipse, eclipse, eclipse. Some fine e-clipping. I've got a 20 and 20 and a 26 tooth. Thank you, mods, for staying on top of things. Okay, that's 1, 2 pieces done. Next, this one, and we need. Oh, this is getting exciting now. Shiftable locker thing. Bearing. .46 tooth, looks like that, I bet. Yep. Another bearing. Hit the like button. Thank you very much. And then another E-clip. Sick. And a bearing. Nice. Okay, and then on this side, bearing. .40 tooth. Bearing. Hi, Adam. How are you? Hopefully you're staying warm today. It's not that bad today, though. It's like 1. I wonder if I might have a way of like making this focus a little bit better. Hello? There we go. Okay. And then we need another bearing. Okay, good. And so far is that it? Just those 2 for now? Yes? Okay. They didn't take all of the parts off the parts trees like you've seen in previous ones, but they got pretty close. There's only like not much waste. So far, aside from plastic bags, only these 3 pieces, which is pretty good. I like it when they don't include all of that stuff. Just more stuff to throw away, which I don't like doing. Okay, so we're going to start with this piece here. And we're going to put this in there. That seems correct. And then this piece has to go through the hole. Wait. Must. It's not supported by a bearing on that side. Okay. This is obviously going to have to go in there. Okay, good. And then the back half of the case. Wow, okay. It's pretty easy. I want some grease on there, but we're going to do that in a second. First, we're going to screw these two halves together. Edric Wang, can you please give me a shout out? Done. As you can see, selectable. I see. Okay, yeah. Nice. Hey, black grease. Wait, you're using kit grease? Yeah, this is good grease. I like this black grease. I hate sealing up a transmission. It hides all the cool stuff. Yeah, if only there was a way. They could do like clear clear aluminum, transparent aluminum. Oh, we got to put on the shifting doodad here. Almost forgot about that. Just make this so hard to get on there. Acrylic, yeah, that's right. Selectable overdrive, not two-speed. Yes, who said two-speed? Hey, Rich Trigilio, how goes the build? How's the build going? Hopefully nothing major. I always miss something, no matter how close I look. Nothing yet, Rich. So far, so good. Make these easier to get on, though. I don't think I can use my Servo tool for this one. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe I can. I'm gonna try. Boy howdy. That would make it a lot easier. Arg! Son of a gun. Why do they make this so tough? Tap hole to open it up. Ah, yeah. We got one of those. Oh! Hit my head on the light. See if that helps. Yes. Yes. Success. Hi from Sweden. Hello. Just use one of the screws, LOL. Think you're so funny, Rich. Well, there, it's on. It's the other little piece. Do you guys not include that piece? Surely you do. Don't call me Shirley. Where is it? They probably don't. You do, I don't. Oh, here it is. It's on the parts tree. Oops. Sorry, Rich. I found it. Bye, Rich. Thanks for checking in. In and out of here like a... What's that expression? Like a fart in the wind. Cool. Okay, moving on. Okay, we're going to start with the 3-gear portion of this transmission. So far, I like the kit very much, Sam. Yeah, no complaints whatsoever. Check your rings. I do have to go for a 7.5 kilometer run later. Holy Rich, I just about spit out my coffee. You built a sand scorcher this weekend? That's amazing. I'm very proud of you. Hope you're very proud of yourself. 18 tooth. Uh-oh. Did it wrong. I built it wrong. Shrink RC. Thank you very much. Looks like the 2 set screws in the back of the pumpkin aren't threaded into the tubes. I suggest back them out, put a pick tool in there, and wiggle the tube over a little. On the... Which one? I backed them out on purpose. I think we're good. Everything's good. But thank you. Appreciate that. I'll double check later on, but I think we're okay. One of these smaller gears is the wrong gear. But I don't remember which one. Probably the one that wasn't engaging. Probably this little tiny guy. That's the 18 tooth one. Whoopsie. What a mistake. Idiot. I'm going to pull the E-clip off and everything. That's going to be annoying. Pew! Here's my other tool that I like to use. There we go. There, nice, easy, does it. All right. So let's count teeth, shall we? It's always fun. $18. That means these are the right ones. Now we go back a step. Fool! Fool. So close on that. 20 tooth goes on this side. This 26 tooth on the back. Perfection. Again. Glad I caught that. Literally just pewed my last 2 spare C-clips. Pew! Bye! Never to be seen again. There! That's better. Is it? Yes. Because now it all goes together like it's supposed to. Ah, crisis averted. That was close. Nice day for wrenching. Just put speed gears, bearings, and new beadlock tires on my TRX4M Bronco. Nice. Those speed gears makes it pretty fast. Did you or Josh have the first idea for the Porsche build? I think Josh had that idea first, but I fully support it. Ah, that's much better. Much, much better. Okay. Cool. Now, back to this. Where were we? Start here. 18 tooth. You go on. Bearing. Bearing. It's a crazy idea, not going to lie, but I'm excited to see where you guys go with it. I'm pretty excited to see where it goes too. It's definitely going to be an interesting build. Okay, this needs to go in there. Stay. And we need this. Oop. That's not the right piece. That's it. How many classes are there for pro crawling? Sorry, what do you mean, like, what class does this fit into? 2 or 3? It'll fit into either of those 2 classes. Some of these parts, so small for my giant hands. Said me never. Oh, I wonder if this is one of those gears that has, like, it's square on one side and circular on the other. No, it's the same on both sides. Excellent. Cool. Okay. That goes on there. Then we get a bearing on there. After that, then we need to make this gear. Here, Henry's RC Garage, thank you very much. Thank you for all the info on the Hollyland Lark M1 on the live stream. I'm also doing an SCX10 Pro build, but I'm thinking my video will not be as good as yours, but the audio will be phenomenal. Hey, you know what? That's fantastic. Let me tell you, that microphone changed everything for me. I love it. I love it. Glad you're using it too. And you're right, the audio will be phenomenal. Okay. This goes into the top. No. Goes into the bottom. Yes. And then this one must go into the top. Bearing in. Oh, they probably want you to do this in a specific order. bearing can go back on. That bearing can go back on there. Cool. Let's grease it up. Great. Okay. Now what? Case goes on. So far, so good. And we've got two of these posts here, which are also keyed. Slide right in. With some ease. Some ease. I said some ease. That hole's a little bit tight. Probably just the way it was molded. There we go. Cool. And two screws from the back side here. What time is it? 12:48. Time is flying. Although beyond this links, it should go together pretty quickly. We might be done by like 1:32. Could see that. All right, now on to the skid, which is this way, and I believe that. Now I see. Okay, so this is one of those things where I can see this all of a sudden becoming not so easy to work on. Because of the way it screws together, it also screws in on this profile, not just from the bottom. So that way, it's not going to come off all that easy. What's, at ease, thank you. Start the small screws on the skid plate before putting the 4 bottom screws in. Copy that. Will do. Short ones in the front, slightly longer ones in the rear. Josh probably loved building this. He didn't have to paint. Yeah, that's definitely true. I didn't use the CMS, so I couldn't say, but there were a lot of posts about it. Like from amateur to pro class. Oh, well, there isn't that differentiation on, like, there is no like pro class. You can just show up at a comp, enter and pay, and start running. It's not like they separate you into like your skill levels. Even nationals, you can just show up, provided you got a ticket. You're running. That's how it works. Excellent. Now, these are hopefully the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love it. Cool. Okay. Now we've got our transmission on the skid. We'll still need... Oh, that's smooth. That's nice. I like that. It's good. Shocks went together very easily. Transmission went together very easily. Now this step here, I did have some electronics ready. They give you the option of either remote locking and unlocking, or not locking and unlocking, but remote shifting of that overdrive or underdrive, pardon me. I have a servo that I would use. It's this Reefs Micro 179 Smart. But I'm not going to install that today. Today I'm just going to go with the manual lockout for now. Because chances are, I don't think you're allowed to have a selectable underdrive overdrive system in class 2. I can't remember the rules exactly, but I think it has to be locked out. So there's really no point in adding the servo if I'm going to be using this in class 2, just so you know. So we're going to be skipping that part, but we will do the manual lockout here. So what we're going to need to do is add the manual lockout spacer, which is here. It's this piece here, because that's where you'll be basically cinching this in there, and then it just stays. Has to be locked out. Great. Okay. So we're just going to manually lock it out. Flip this to this orientation here, and we need to add this piece, which just hangs on. Do we even need that? Yes. This has to attach to that. Okay. Awesome live. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. This gets attached to there. Picking where it needs to be locked out. Locked in that position there, okay. This probably should have been put on first, but we can kludge it in there. There we go. And what screws do they want to use for that? D-bag, D-bag. Give people what they want. We're almost there. Almost there on the D-bag. Okay, now it's effectively locked in its underdrive of 40%, 40% underdrive. And you can, of course, just pull this out, and now it's locked in 1-to-1. Cool. And because they want to make sure you can actually lock it out, there is the option to toss a pin in there. So now it's totally locked out. That won't come loose. If that came loose, that would be bad. I like that. I like that design a lot. That's not a huge transmission. It does sit a little high because it still has sort of like this 3-gear sort of orientation, but I'm sure that once it gets into the skid, it'll sit quite low. Now let's build the spur. 60-tooth spur. We need an E-clip, And goes on that one. That a locker key in there? Yes, it does. It's a bit of a tight fit, which is okay. It's into place. Nice. That's a nice machined slipper pad, or well, it's not a slipper. Actually, that is still a slipper, isn't it? No, because it. Brock's truck at UST was a lot smaller than they looked in the release photos. Huh, interesting. Right, that's all in place. And we've got our motor mount here. Bearing supports on both sides for that shaft. And then to build a connector shaft here. This is obviously, so you still get the divorced points, I guess. I guess that sounds accurate. When are the buys going to be available? Beats me. I am not privy to that sort of information. I don't imagine it'll be very long. Oh, a little bit of grease in there. I got grease on my phone. You can use the, yeah, they're like any body will fit on this. It's just a matter of like what comp body you want to put on there. I've got a cliffhanger done. I've also got that single cab power wagon that Proline makes. Got that ready to go too. So it's just kind of a matter of what you want. Body's available in mid-April. There you go. All right, how does this all go together? Top shaft there. They don't show that actually going in here, do they? Ah, there they do. Red lock. These I'll do by hand. VW Thing body. That could be a thing, Dana. I actually kind of forgot that I even had that still. I need to finish that and show it off to Wes. Okay, and then this goes through here. Obvious. Oh, wait. Before we do that, to add some screws. This has to screw to something. This is like a multi-bit situation here. There's lots of parts that have to go on at the same time. This needs to go on there. And then this has to go on here. Oh boy. Oh. Rich said the cliffhanger fits perfectly. Okay. If Rich said it, it has to be true. Why am I making this more complicated than it probably needs to be? I want to get it started. Oh, I know why. Because that can't go on there yet. To screw these on first, dummy. Let's look at the teaser. It's a single cab cliffhanger. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm using the Dodge. I have a Power Wagon single, just the cab only truck. I don't know. I don't know what that cliffhanger is, if that's indeed a single cab or not. It looks like it could be, though, right? I like those keyed spacers. That's smart. Now that can go on. Yes. A-Main's expecting kits on April 20th. Put your pre-orders in now. Josh owns 68% of the Power Wagons out there. Huh. All right. There we go. Functioning transmission. 40% underdrive. Working. Perfect. That's great. Love it. Add a motor. All right, so here's what I'm using today. We're using a Lizard 10 and a 3600 kV brushless in-runner motor from them. It's what I had on hand. It's probably quite similar to like a Puller Pro. In fact, it looks identical to a Puller Pro. Oh, this says 1950 kV. Okay. So maybe it's a 1950 kV motor, which would be even better for not censored, but it is, I don't know if this is the right thing to use, actually, now that I look at it again. It's not at all what it was labeled as, so we'll see. I mean, FearTech does a pretty good job with a lot of their stuff, so we'll give this one a go. If it doesn't work for me, I'll swap it out and do something else. 2-in-1 is always an option. So they include a 13-tooth pinion. Fusion Pro for the win. Yeah, I feel like that's probably where I'm going to end up. But I just wanted to get something in there for the sake of getting something in there. So that's a madism for the day. Just for the sake of like setting it up properly and getting something in, just to show what it's like to put a motor in and everything. I wanted to do all of the steps. You know, tires, that's going to be something very personal to each specific build and where you're running and all of those things. So can't say I know for sure, even at this point, what I would choose. Josh would have to order a whole new Mamba Monster and $300 robot motor. Well, you know, whatever floats your boat. Tight. 550 will fit? Absolutely, yes. A 550 will fit if you think you need that. Let's do the paper trick. Very handy. If you don't know this, you should. Just smush a piece of paper in between your pinion and your spur. Tighten it down nice and tight. Take the piece of paper out, and you should have a pretty perfect mesh. Still feels a bit tight for me. Back it off ever so slightly. That's better. Yep. Excellent. Okay. That's it for those steps. We're opening the D-bag. It's time for the most hated part of a build. Link construction. But with the right tools, including a Servo tool, you cannot be too upset. It's still not fun, but it's at least a little bit easier on you. Funny. Now, why do I have an extra pin? Maybe they include an extra one just in case, right, Wyatt? There is an extra. Okay, thank you. Now, drag link. Make sure to get the right links when assembling. Too long. There we go. What? Mix. These are all the same rod ends. Perfect. Even better. Okay. Shot pliers. Arsiatic, hello from Romania. Don't know if you're familiar with WRCCA, but do you know this kit will be competitive to the aftermarket chassis? Is it worth buying for comp purpose? I don't know WRCCA. Is that the more robot-y style of comps? If so, probably not. You should still go with a more robot-like truck. See you later, Wyatt. Thanks for checking in. Good to see you, buddy. Good kit that you put together here, pal. Look at how easy it is to build links when you have the right tools. Shock pliers for the win. If you haven't, please depress the like button. Yeah, shock pliers have many uses, from building shocks to building links to inserting your pillow balls. Tons of great things to do. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, call your mom, call your dad. CMS. All right, I think we can skip that tiny link because that's for AMS. Who's been watching preseason testing in Formula 1? And hard. Brawler baller. I already called your mom. What'd she say? How's she doing? Thanks for checking in, Ashley. No worries. Appreciate you. Oh, you subbed F1 this year. Nice. Yeah, I've been on the F1 TV app for a number of years because I got tired of the shabby coverage in Canada. And I hate to say this, even though I work in advertising, too many commercials. They would always cut to a commercial during the most exciting part of the race, it seemed. And they wouldn't cut, but they'd make the window really small and turn off the commentary. And I was like, what's happening? Okay, Panhard, done. Oops, I forgot to shim something, but I can go back and shim it. I know which part I did not do. Okay, Panhard, done. Front upper link. It's kind of nice that it's all the same rod ends. It's going to be a good year for Formula One. I think Red Bull is obviously in great shape. They've got a good car that they basically just did nothing to from last year. They lose a little wind tunnel time because they're bad boys and spent too much money. I don't think Mercedes is going to be super competitive with Red Bull right away. I think there'll probably be some developments over the season. I don't think my team McLaren is going to do all that well. They're looking pretty bad. But there's some surprise teams up there that look pretty good. Okay, front lower link. Make 2. Just right. My team, because Brent, I like that. I like that team. They're not my team, but they're my team that I support. But yeah, I got lots of love for Valtteri Bottas. He's my favorite driver. So I'll be cheering for him as well. I'm sad Ricardo's not got a race this year. Lots of rookies. I'm keen to see how they do. Logan Sargent, U.S. driver. You've convinced me to buy a set of shock pliers. Hey, all right, that's great. They are extremely useful. Seven years I've been building them without like a troglodyte. Yeah, we've all been there, man. And if I wanted to go even faster, I'd just use my Ryobi and chuck these up and just spin them on real quick, but it makes a lot of noise and it doesn't save that much time, if I'm honest. Alex, I think Audi is in. They're 100% in. They're taking over the Sauber Alpha team next year, I think, or 2025, maybe. I don't know how they're going to brand the car yet, but I don't think it'll be like Sauber. It'll probably be Audi Sauber instead of Sauber Audi. $2026. Thank you, Ray. I need a refill on my coffee. Get Rebecca to do that for me. Or I could just take a break. Or I could just wait until I'm done. Which really won't be much longer, I don't think. Okay, rear uppers. And then they also show the rear lowers in this same step. Links are done. Doing AMS, by the way. I'll go grab you a cup of coffee. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Mini B or JRX2? Need something to chase my dog with. I don't know. That JRX T2, is that the one that just came out? That looks pretty cute. Coffee break, you deserve it. I'll go ask Rebecca to put on the stove. Actually, no, I'll just have her make me a latte. The JRX2 looks better to me than the JRX-T. Yeah, I hear you. Matt says, I need more coffee. And my wife says, Matt needs a new chair, too. I'm doing okay with this chair. I'll get a new one for the new studio. That's going to be a weird transition for me. I don't know that I'm ready, because I like I like my little cave down here. I would miss it, I think. Like I'll still obviously I'm going to use this space still, but it'll be for more, it's odd, but more of the messy stuff. I want to keep that studio more for building and filming and keeping it clean. This one I don't mind if it gets filthy because it's filthy all the time. Little montage of you in your cave. Release on BBX, not sure. I haven't heard any confirmed information on that yet. But I'm really excited because I want one really badly. That car looks awesome. Oof. How's the Volvo been this past week? S60 Recharge Black looks so good. S60s do look nice. I like the XC more. I like being a little bit higher up. I'm not a sedan. I've never been a sedan guy. I definitely get the value in it though. They're nice. My XC60 has been fantastic. I've been shopping around. I can't believe this, but I've been shopping around for winter tires because it's, even though it's close to the end of February, I think we still got a bit of winter left in us. So I found a set of like very lightly used XC90 21-inch wheels with Blizzaks. And I think I might buy them, reset the odometer, and then keep the 21s, just put summers on them for the rest of the year. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I'd like, because I have 18s on it right now, and while that's nice and comfortable, it doesn't look very sporty. I wouldn't mind making it a bit sportier. Grimger, thank you very much. Something to fill your pot. I appreciate that. I'm going to see if my wife is here. I don't even know if she's still here. Make me a latte, please. See what she says. Or if she's here. Make an occasional throwback to the dungeon. Yes, that's a great idea. I think like I'll still do a lot of like fabricating stuff down here. It's a crossover, not going to look sporty. I disagree 100%. I think the XC60 is one of the sportier, classier looking crossovers. And with the right wheel and tire package, I think it can look very sporty. One's aware of the brakes faster, yeah. Do you know the process of establishing rules and changes for something such as SORCA? There is a committee that you can try to speak with, but you have to basically be on the committee to participate in rulemaking. Not require. I'm only Quebec is the only province I think that requires snow tires by law. Ontario doesn't, but you'd be a fool not to have them. A fool, I say. Jay, all smiles so far. This has been a pretty easy build, gotta say. It is though by design a fairly simple truck. There's not a lot of complications, so it should be an easy build. But yes, definitely all smiles. See, even Alex puts snow tires on the Yaris. Okay, this is it for links. What's the diameter of the links? I don't know. Let's find out. Good thing I have just everything sitting here. Zero that out. Millimeters. Oh, fractions. Shan't be using those. There we go, millimeters. 5 mil links. Oh, winter tires are required in BC? Huh. There you go. I learned. What did Rebecca say? Oh, they're walking right now, but she'll do it when we get back. Took the puppers out. Okay, links complete. Let's make some drive shafts. Boring. That's in the e-bag. But we're rocking and rolling here. We're almost done. It's great. Pretty chuffed. And yeah, like I said, I'll be running just sort of like a body. I haven't decided yet. I've got the Axial one on order. I miss the D-bag. Probably don't need much more. Oh, we do need grease for this step. I don't think you get done by 2, eh? Well, James, challenge accepted. Drive shafts all the same length. No more hunting for different ones. Cute flight of the bumblebee. See? Alex, way ahead of you. Glad we're all on the same page here. Oh, you got to thread lock these because it's metal into metal. How much longer will it take? What am I boring you? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? It was the best gladiator impression you're going to hear all day. Well, if you're not entertained, feel free to not watch anymore. It's not a requirement by law for you to watch this. But for those of you who are enjoying it, thank you very much for hanging out with me on this lovely Sunday afternoon. I've got a 8-kilometer run ahead of me, which I should have gotten up and done this morning, but I was tired. I didn't want to. Feel free to read my hat. That is an excellent response, and I'm going to continue to use that one. Thank you for that. Point to... Don't make me point to the hat again. I love you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. Good days. Good days. Now, the old style wild boars, or at one point, they actually had, or is it the Vanquish ones that have the little notch to show you where they are in terms of phase, so you can't get them out of phase. These ones don't have that. That's okay. Can't win them all. If you love me, that means when you get it built, you'll donate it to my collection. I've got to use this truck, though. This is my one of my comp trucks for this year. So let's get the phase right here. Yes, excellent. $130. I got half an hour. I think I can get this done. All the hard stuff is finished. Now it's just assembly. I built this truck. Well, I assembled it anyway. My wife is running right now. 5 miles. That's a good quality run. That's like 8 kilometers, I think. Which is exactly what I'll be doing later. Ish. Is she training for something? YSU? Or is that just her vibe? You don't have to win. You just have to beat Josh. I think beating Josh is moot. I don't think that's possible for me. And I'm not being a negative Nelly. I just don't think that I've got that same level of skill. And again, I'm not putting myself down. It's just the way it goes. How do you know when they're in phase? The two halves, sorry, I should have mentioned that. The two halves, you can see how there's a notch on the universal there and a notch on the universal there. As long as those are matched up, you're in phase. You'll know when they're out because it'll sound horrible. Competitive pickleball, eh? Huh. Cool. That pickleball's taken the world by storm. Everybody's pickleballing these days. You got guys that are probably like, yeah, I was in pickleball before everybody else was. I'm an OG. Pickleball. All right, chassis time. F and G. Now, I also ordered the carbon rails. Those aren't here yet either because they're not available yet. Pickleball's the new highlight. Really? I didn't even realize that. Like, are people betting on pickleball now? Because things are getting real. That's no joke. Oh, wait a second now. We gotta put some links on first. Dummy. Okay, the more angly part. It's inserted. Oh, open the G bag. Find out, dummy. Getting ahead of myself because I'm trying to rush now. I'm gonna do something dumb. You gotta work out, YSU. I agree. Working out is important. I was just curious if she was training or something, but it's her vibe. Just throwing stuff on the ground. Oh, they include a couple of nice metal servo horns there. That's nice. And a metal panhard link, too. For some reason, I didn't know that. Didn't realize it. Okay, what are we using here? Oh, cool. Long grub screw doodad things. What body am I putting on it? Undecided. Oop. Guess that's supposed to go in there. Let's see. Yep. I know what body you should put on there. An Isuzu Vehicross. Ooh. That is a good choice. But I'm going to go for something a little bit out there, of course. That's probably going to be not very competitive. But I don't care. I want to have fun, and that's the only way I know how. By doing things to annoy Josh. Stick to my roots, too, you know? I'm a scale guy at heart, so I should do scale things. Has this been drifting, do you think? No. AMC Eagle, also valid. How far in do they need you to go with that? They don't really say. I'm going to give it a touch more. There, that feels better. Just need one more of those. They all look the same. Where is it? There it is. Literally going crazy. Ford Transit van. Not a pro paint job. I'll be painting it quite professionally. Expensive Mercedes Sprinter vans. No. That won't be a thing. All right. Let's construct some chassis stuff. Where should we start? The beginning. Well packaged little bags. Front skid mount for yes, servo and servo winch. It says there's a couple of different options for putting that in, so I'm keen to see how they manage that. All right. There actually is a lot of screws here. Here's the bumper. This guy. Start at the front. 10 mil. Steel or aluminum? This is aluminum. You get aluminum rails in the box. They're offering carbon rails as an upgrade option as well. This looks like it's just a pot metal aluminum panhard mount. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I really want a 16 mil there. Yep. Okay. That one requires 8 mil. Sway bars, yes or no on a crawler? No. Sway bars are usually meant for fast stuff, no? Sixteen's too long. Seemed to be just fine there, though, at ease. So I think we'll go with it for now. What's that part? What is this? Is this for body post mounts? Yes. Skip that for now. There's 16 mil. Oh, I see what you're saying. It is too long for the back one, that's for sure. Do you think you'll have a chance to try out your drift car? That was a nice paint job. I have not painted a drift car. Are you thinking of the Porsche? That's a race car. And no, not yet. I was actually half hoping that I was going to go today. Alas, that has not happened. This diagram is not the easiest to follow. We'll say that much. It's a bit not exploded enough, or there's too many steps in this. Drift crawler. Taking notes from Tamiya. My servo winch that I was going to use is not one of the ones that would mount in this orientation. So I'll be curious to see how they handle ones that don't have an external spool. I don't have a TT01 either. That's an M08. And it's not in this room anymore. But yeah, the plan is to definitely take that one out ASAP. All right, sliders next. A lot of pieces. A lot of pieces I don't recognize either. What is that? Oh, that's this. But where does this go? Oh, that goes there. What is that? What is that thing? 147. It's going to be tight to be done by 2. I've watched several videos on this, but I can't find what the wheelbase is. Good question. I don't know what the wheelbase on this is either. It's probably longer than 12.3 inches. Is this a wire retaining thing? Wheelbase is 12.5. All right, there you go. Thank you very much for that. Need some lock nuts. Okay, where does this go? Top hole. And it requires a 10 mil. There. Lock nut, eh? Interesting. TTO1, I suppose you eat your candy bar with your fingers. Ah, great reference. That was very good. Yeah, they give you no 80. Which one is that? 80. 18 mil. It's supposed to go through the middle hole. And that's where your rear upper goes. And I bet you lock nut. You missed shock building, Richard. But you know what? For you, I'll take them all apart and reassemble them. They actually do look like pretty good shocks, let's say. Okay, rear upper link mounted. Hello. It goes in the square hole. Square holes. Then put these on. Oh, I hear my wife. My wife. Who's this? Oh. Doing it wrong. There you go. 6 mil. They make the weird squishing noises from the air bleeding out. Not anymore, they don't. They're entirely silent. $6 mil. Those sliders are pretty trick. I like those. Cool. Rear port. Looks the same on both sides. And those are 1.5s, which are 10 mil. 1, 2, 3. Richard, it's a very compy chassis. You know me. I'm going to ruin it. Are you stopping at 2 or going till you're done? I'm going to go till I'm done. Which I don't think will be much longer. You're very compy these days. It's true. I know. I'm a constant disappointment. I'm going to pass on the body mounts for now. And we're just going to move on to the next step. We'll do body posts maybe later. Maybe another time. No top links for front. Optional SUV body mount, eh? Pass. Put no SUV body on this. Okay. Well, that's for axle mounted, so we don't need to worry about that. Now we can plop the transmission in. Which is happening. It's happening. Yep, that's going to do that just like so. You can't really see as well, so I'll move it over and down so I can see. I need a bunch of 10 mils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same Dewalt question here. What's the first one? What kind of screwdriver to use? I'm always breaking the screws with mine. This is a Dewalt 8-volt gyro with clutch. You must get the one with the clutch, otherwise you will hate everything. But having that adjustability means you won't strip or break screws because it's not powerful enough to do that. But it's great. It's awesome, in fact. Okay. I hear a coffee. Hi, thank you. Hey, do you mind if I pour it in my other mug here? Actually, I'll just leave it. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll pour it in. All right, thank you. I don't care what you do. Yes, there we go. Hi and bye. I guess she didn't feel like being on camera today. Oh, that's pretty full. Oops. Okay, you can guess on what kind of milk I use. Oh, yeah. Goat. Come on, I'm not some kind of weirdo. You seem like an almond person, eh? Well, you'd be wrong. It's oat. Some people are probably like, oh, of course it is. Milk. No, not enough vitamin K. Or was it vitamin R? Vitamin R. Where's that? Ah, yes. This is looking pretty good. It's got that sort of fit and finish that you would expect from a nice big company. Like, I've built some flat rails in the past, and with no disrespect intended, you can just tell that there was some time spent making sure all these things kind of went together well. Like, look at the transition between the skid and the rails. Like it's got some curve in it. It's nice. It's good. Where's my panhard? Now I don't remember which one is the panhard. Shoot. They're different. They're different lengths. They're all different. I gotta go back and look. Panhard. This one. Front upper is that one. Okay. Okay. 510, 16 mil. Sorry, I'm putting the panhard bar in. And I'll probably thread lock this. Build's going great, Late Fangs. Thanks for checking in. What exactly is an SCX10 Pro? It's a comp style chassis designed to work in class 2 or class 3. Angled skid, custom width axles, flat rail chassis. Woodland RC, yes. The driver for the ski ride comes from Warbird Pilots on eBay. I think that's the name, Warbird Pilots. Okay, skip the AMS. And then back to CMS. We're going to throw the other rail on now. Two minutes left. I don't think we're going to get there. I overestimated my ability to get this done in a timely fashion. But that's okay. We're going to be done with it soon. It does look very good. I'm pretty chuffed so far. Okay. How many heats in a day of comp usually? Joe, you've been to Thing. You came to Thing with us. You should. There's not heats, is there? Yeah, it does not like those 16 mils. I will tell you that right now. Unless I used an 18 mil by mistake. Are those axles narrower? No, they're not narrower at all. They're wider than an SCX10 AR44 or 45. Leave that not all the way for right now. Then best part of the kit are them axles. Well, I think that there's a lot to like here. as a package for somebody who just wants to get into this portion of the hobby. Which is lighter, raw kit or this one? I honestly don't remember how much the raw weighs, but don't compare these two in any way, because they are not the same. They are not meant to be the same, not meant to function in any of the same way. They are completely different purposes. This is a comp truck. Three heats at scale nets? Is that, I don't understand, maybe I misunderstand what you mean by heats. Do you mean courses? Because they do 4 courses, and on day 1 it's class 1, and then I think the next day is class 2, and the next day is class 3, isn't it? Oh, lower link. Beep, bop, boop. What does RC even stand for? Yeah, what does that mean? Front upper link needs to go in here. Release candidate. I don't think that's right. Don't answer him. He's trolling you. He got you, though. So many links. It's hanging out here. Your top link. It's to go in the middle hole. Oh, Richard. Great trying the challenge. Yeah, I know. I almost got there. 205, man. My day is shot. Didn't even do anything fun. I have not taken it off any jumps yet. But, you know, they're not making anything new. It's got links and a motor. It's like every other RC out there. Oh, Richard. Now you've hurt my feelings. No, that's not true. Hi from Finland. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Now, if I recall, this gets 10 mil back here. These are 10 mils. But you guys ran more than just one time each day and all the courses? Yeah, I ran, let's see. So like, yeah, for class 1 day, I ran all 4 courses. So I charged battery in between each course. They had 4 courses for all of class 1, and I ran all 4 of them, I think. And yeah, just charge in between each one. It's not that complicated. These sliders are cool. I like how they go together. They still count scale points for class 3? Absolutely they do. It might not be as many scale points as the other 2 classes. I think it's 60 in both class 1 and class 2, and then I think it might just be 50 in class 3. Okay, have I forgotten any screws anywhere? Skipping the body mounts, body post mounts. I think we've got all of the rest of them, though. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now what? Oh, drag links. We don't need to do those. Succeeded in not making my drive shafts come apart. Though I probably wasted too much time fiddling with that. Batteries do you generally use? I use whatever fits. I've been using Helios for the most part because they're nice and small and they have good discharge and such. Never had any problems with them. I did run into a problem with one of their 4S batteries on Monthly Mayhem. But that was I found out that it wasn't discharging quite the right way. Whatever they pay me to. Oh wow, zing! You sir, I've had enough. It's okay. Richard gets a pass. At 15 amps. Do not do that. Do not charge at 15 amps. Enjoy your time at the hamburger store, Richard. I miss you already. All right. Let's put this axle on this chassis. Okay. How do they want me to do this? Well, I'm doing it upside down, first of all. Always helpful. No, 16. That's 18. That's 16. There, that's better. So bring 2 batteries and call it good? I mean, sure. I would probably bring more. Though, when you're charging at 15 amps, it goes pretty quick. That charging time. Panhard. How do they want panhard attached? With a 12 mil. Not used a 12 mil yet. Get that in frame. Oop. Okay. Good. Now some lowers. What are we attaching the lowers with? Appears to be '16s. Are we attaching the lowers yet? Yes, 16s. Thanks, James, for watching. Ryan, yes, I do use an ammo box, or I use a lipo bag while I'm charging, and I use an ammo box. There, I'm back. That was bound to happen. It was just a matter of time. I wouldn't charge in an ammo box unless you have it vented some way. Yeah. Don't also, like, I have an ammo box, like it's a big ammo box for all my battery storage. But it's worth mentioning not to charge in there, of course, and also don't clamp the lid down. Leave the lid free to expand should there be some sort of wackiness. Because you don't want to make a device that would add pressure to the situation. Okay, front axle installed. Now they want you to put a servo in, so we're going to do that because I have a servo standing by. We're going to be using a Reefs 1100, which is a good amount of torque, I believe. This is direct. You do not require a BEC, but you can use one. And depending on your ESC, you probably should use one. So we'll not install a BEC today because honestly, I don't know what source I'm going to be going with yet. They give you a 25 and a 23 tooth. I can't remember what Reefs is. 25. And it's a digital servo, so we'll be able to set those endpoints later. But that should drop right into place there. Let's get this better angle. There we go. All right. Yeah, do not clamp the lid. No big bada boom. Oh, good reference there to one of my favorite movies. You'll walk like a mud skipper with that servo. Yeah, this is a good servo. I've had great success with Reefs. Fits perfectly. Unlike it didn't in the SCX10 III, that was a bit of a thing. 116, 12 mil again. 12 mil. $55 tooth. Guess they want you to put that servo horn in first before you put your drag link on. Or, pardon me, panhard. Which 10.3 did it not fit in? The 10.3 kit. Probably enough to steer the truck instead of the wheels. Well, yeah, but in comps, you never want to have not enough. Got to have more than enough. Direct power reefs, also great servos. It all just kind of depends on, like, this is what I had. I may end up going direct power, depending. I won't be Loctiting this in right now. Oh, that's not for that. That's for the link. Box. Proper length. What shift servo do you have? Not using one, but if I were, I'd be using the 179 Smart Micro. I'm locking it out because in competition, you cannot have a lockable, unlockable, or shiftable overdrive, underdrive. Has to remain fixed in competition. In class 2 anyway. I think in class 3 maybe you can do it. I don't really remember. I haven't gone through all the rules. Tight. All right. Put that link back on. You mean the brand shift servo? I'm sorry, I don't follow. Maybe I don't use that servo. I don't know. Sorry. Fusion Pro 2300 kV. Can we splice in or add a BEC? No, I don't think you can. Trying to think this through. Well, there's battery leads, so yeah, you can. I don't know how that would function. Unfortunately for you, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe somebody else can answer that question for you. So yeah, I guess where do I compete? Well, this year I'm competing at the regionals, the Rocky Mountain Regionals in Colorado. Aside from that, I'm not sure that there's much locally for in way of comps. We've had a few like scale nationals and such, but we haven't had anything full on in some time that I'm aware of. Maybe I'm missing something. That looks like a 20 mil. And they say to put it in the third spot. So we'll do that. Why not? Not at a BEC with a bypass adapter. There you go. I like that answer as well. Brian, I haven't chosen, or I have not made a decision yet on bodies. I've got the Proline Power Wagon body. I've got the Cliffhanger. I know that that's not. It's. I think it's. I think it's still legal. I just don't know that you'd get many points for it. But in like I ordered the Axial body that this has as well. That one is totally not Sorka legal. Oh, I know why they didn't want you to put on the links yet, because you got to put these on. Uh-huh. Makes sense now. Beetle body, that'd be cool. No, what do they want? 22 millimeter. Long ass screws. Cool. You're running low on 22 millimeter screws. It's too long. That won't be long enough. Fiddle dee dee. Horse body for class 1, Beetle body for class 2, and Volkswagen bus for class 3. Well, then we're covering our bases there, aren't we? You do a Power Wagon, go with the 2022 fifth gen. No, I've got an idea for a comp body that I'll be kind of taking an existing styrene body and modifying it, because I want hard body points. I can't not do a truck and put a Lexan body on it for competition. Driver's side uses 25 mil. Oh, okay, cool. So it does. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Much appreciated. You've saved my life. A Manx Dune Buggy. I know that Night Customs has something very similar to that available for like a holiday buggy conversion. Cool. Front suspension all done. Ooh, that looks nice. Feels good. This is really like, it's pretty compy, this truck. Pretty compy. All right, skip the AMS. Do the rear axle now. Awesome. Five mil. We'll need 3 of those. Okay. You taking my snow? No, snowmobile goes out. I was thinking this afternoon, but I don't know if that's going to happen now. Day kind of got away from me a little bit. Well, with all this building and whatnot. Nothing wrong with hanging out and having a good day. Are you going to be shorting the motor wire leads when you wire it up to the ESC? Not my plan. Why? Did somebody we know do that? Is that a thing that's been done lately? Ay, ay, ay. What's wrong with me? Or do you mean shortening? Oh, they just looked. Oh, shortening. Yeah, of course. But this, I don't even know if I'm going to be going with this. I'm not even sure I'm going to be going with this motor in ESC yet. So until I've given it some time to test, I won't be making any of those decisions. But yeah, that now it makes sense. Josh, you're very late. Would you just get up? Almost done. A little disappointed, to be honest. All my other friends have been here. Why isn't Josh a mod? Great question. Probably because I don't want him to be. No, I don't know. It's probably just never come up. Would you trust Josh? Absolutely not. That's why I'm a mod on his channel, because he trusts me. Cool. Being a mod is just an unpaid job. Exactly. He's never here. That's another good one. Yeah, exactly. Oh, am I late? Her. Just thought I'd check in. Okay. Rather be here than at work. Oh, these are too short. What happened to all my other longer screws? Probably used them elsewhere. That's okay. I'm sure I've got a few spares. You need two. There you go. Always have everything at the ready. Neat. Wait, it is Sunday today, right? I like building trucks. This is fun. What a great way to spend a day. You've all enjoyed this as much as I have. I can't wait to pick out wheels and tires and mount electronics and make a body and truly ruin this for competition. Now that that's done, we can add some bumpers, which ultimately probably won't get used by me. Where are those bumpers? In the H bag. Oh, I forgot to shim something. That's right. Don't forget about that, me. If you're truly going to ruin it, are you going to add leaf springs? No, I wouldn't do. Don't think I'll do that. It's an option. Definitely. They do include Velcro for your battery. Freak Elite. Good name. SCX10 PRO next month pre-ordering. Nice. Looks like an amazing vehicle to start a comp on. Yep. All right. So, Velcro, some 3M tape for putting your ESC in a place. They suggested. They suggested on battery on this side, ESC on this side. So tape that down there. Velcro strap right there. And let's take a look at these bumpers real quick. Cute little stinger with a plastic fair lead, which honestly, that's not going to fare well. You just melt the winch line straight through it. Do give you all the wheel hexes and everything you'll need. Look at all that extra screws for the AMS, I'm sure. Body pins galore. For all intents and purposes, this build is done. We did pretty well, I think. 235. So, what was that? 3.5 hours start to finish? Pretty good. Fair lead. Bumper goes on. Cute little rear bumper. That's it. All done. Pretty easy peasy. No real complaints on the build. Quality's fantastic. All the parts went together really well. Success. Yeah, that was pretty easy. I'm pretty excited to see how this performs in its stock form. Very, very excited about that. Just clearing some junk out of the way so we can get a better look at this thing. Yes. Get this crap out of the way. There, that's better. So, as you can see, lots of space. It's not very heavy. The weight is all very down low. Like they've done a nice job of building a very compy chassis, and you can see that let's see it sort of align that. You can see that angled skid. Nice smooth shocks. Boy, oh boy, those feel really, really good. I'm pretty pleased with those. Lots of options for shock angle. I'd probably lay the rear ones down a little bit more. And yeah. I don't know what else to say. That lockable underdrive in the rear is a pretty trick little feature. I like that. Pretty smart way to do that. Sort of hard to see there now, but go back through the video. Axles look fantastic. They definitely look like they're going to be a nice compy choice. And yeah, good balance. Like it's sort of, the transmission is very reminiscent in terms of the layout and shape of pretty much every comp truck I've seen, with you know, spur gear up front, motor up front. Motor still sits maybe a touch higher than I've seen in other situations. But you know what? It could sit lower, I bet. I think they probably left it open though. Like if you had a longer can, you can actually see the amount of space you've got there to put a longer can in there. You could do a 550 can without much trouble, I'm sure. But that's probably why it sits higher, so they could leave it there, so you could have a longer can motor in there if you wanted. But yeah, it looks really good. Pretty impressive stuff. Be curious to see how the servo winch is going to work out. We'll definitely look at that sooner rather than later. I can't do the scale thing yet because I don't have wheels and tires on there, and it won't sit flat. Oh, actually, it probably would. Let's see if we can get that happening. First, I have to find it. Three, four. Oh, I hit my head on the light again. Could have rolled the front pumpkin a bit more. I don't know. It looks like it's on a pretty good angle to me. Front left, front right. These scales are quite handy. I do highly recommend for setup purposes. On first, make sure it's zeroed. Yes. Wow. Okay. You can see the numbers there for yourself. 50-50 left to right and about 59-41. Impressive. It's pretty good. Overall weight 1540, which I have to imagine is incorrect. No, that's right. 1540. Yeah. So just over 1.5 kilograms, which, can we change the units? Yes. .4 ounces. Is that right? Cool. Is there a carbon chassis for this? Yes, Shane. It is available for pre-order. What scales are these? This is the G-Force scale. I think I got it on Amazon. Or A-Main? Probably A-Main. Oh yeah, I forgot about the rear cage that Josh made. I think this has to go in Oh, it becomes it. You take out this back support, and then this becomes the back cage. That's kind of cute. So yeah, there you go. Side to side and cross weight is sketchy. Side to side is 50-50. What do you mean? Front to rear is 59-41. So that's it, guys and gals. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Let me see if I've got my activity monitor so I can thank people. I can. Thank you to Thomas Bialzik, Skinny Rich, Blind Guy RC, RC Underdog, Chuck's RC Habit, Shrink RC, Henry's RC Garage, and Grimger. Thank you, everyone. Much appreciated. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them afterwards. And thank you for hanging out with me and watching me put this together. I'm pretty chuffed, I gotta say. It's a nice looking chassis. Well thought out. Buck Dandy is so much cooler than Josh. Much appreciated and agreed. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the failure, Turk. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you on the next one. Watch for what's on the bench coming up on Thursday, and live stream takeover every Wednesday. Thanks, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Love you. Bye.